What is up, Action Army? Welcome back to the Call to Action podcast. I'm James.
Yes, you are.
The rest of you introduce yourself.
I'm Kelsey.
I'm Belford, not Bedford.
I'm Dark Shadow.
Yes, and that's one thing I forgot to mention, along with new edition Chelsea over here. We have other new edition, Mr. William, not Roca, Bedford, Belford.
That's me.
Welcome to the team, brother. But also,
It's good to be here.
we have a very special guest. We have the very generous, the person who comes with the theme song, apparently, Jake Iacovetta. I think I'm saying that correctly.
Iacovetta.
You got it.
Yes! All right, so Jake, where you come from, why are you here, and how did you get into the Schmoedown?
What's up, guys? I unfortunately live in Alabama, but, you know, the Schmoedown is universal. So I get to talk to all y'all beautiful people from Utah, from California, from Virginia. You know, I got into the Schmoedown from Screen Junkies, actually, watching movie fights back when that fucker was hosting. And I kept seeing like Dan and Ken and everybody in the Schmoedown, and they kept plugging it. And I was like, you know, let me check this out. And I got hooked. And I was kind of just a casual fan until Houston. And then after partying, you know, got Bateman and Christian and Belford and Paul and everybody else that was out there, you know, it became a part of my life. And I'm glad to be here.
Well, glad to have you.
That is great. But there is a very specific reason we have you here, Jake. We've plugged it everywhere else, so the viewers here can know. We are doing a giveaway that you have sponsored today. So you want to talk about what that is?
Yes, sir. I purchased a VIP ticket for San Diego and then realized I couldn't go. So I would like to give that away to a fan who could use it, you know, maybe would like to go, isn't in the best financial situation, or just anybody. You know, if you're a lover of the Schmoedown, I would love to give you this opportunity. So stay tuned, and we will give this ticket away to someone who really deserves it.
Yes. And
so generous, man. So awesome.
If you're interested at all, please say so in the live chat, and we'll choose one of you at random to give this away to. We'll send you a DM on Facebook or Twitter, wherever we can find you, and we'll get you this VIP ticket to the Inner Geekdom title on the line, on top of Kevin Smith at a live event. How are more y'all not buying tickets?
I also want to add one more thing, if I can.
Oh, go ahead.
If you're not in California, if you're more of an East Coast fan, I also have a meet and greet ticket available for New York. So if you want to throw your name in the ring for that, go ahead.
Yes. I am sure the three people we have right here are going to fight to the death for that as well. But before we do all
up to 5.
Before we get to all the giveaway shenanigans, we have 2 matches to cover first. And because this is the week of Eric Zipper, you can see somewhere on our channel. I don't know. I don't like plug it anywhere. I don't think. If I do, it'll be right here. We did an interview with Eric Zipper. Please check it out. He's an amazing person, amazing interview, amazing crew, and amazing matches this week. First off, we have his team debut with Paul Oyama, the Loose Cannons, versus one of my new favorite teams, the Looney Bin. What do y'all think of this match?
That is the best. It's the best match between 2 teams debuting ever. Like that was like both of them were debut teams. Like usually when it's 2 debut teams, it's like a TKO. It's or very low scoring. You know, it's a Dagnino versus RMB style match. But man, I was
You are not talking about Robert Burnett versus Dagnito, one of the greatest matches of all time.
Those are
I'm
the
not-
most entertaining shit I've
The,
ever
score,
seen.
the match, I'm just counting. Like the score is normally like that kind of score. And hey, if this match had been that score, it still would have been a great match just because of all the people involved.
Right, absolutely. No,
Yeah,
Belford's right with the
I,
wrestling parlance. In wrestling parlance, you usually debut somebody, you give them a squash match so they can push them up higher. That's what wrestlings do all the time. You squash somebody, build them up, they go to the next person. These were two legitimate, I think they could be legitimate contenders at some point.
I would
Right in
not
the
be
first match.
surprised to see both of them in the teams tournament.
Yeah, me either.
yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah.
More so for Tom than for Video Drew. But I actually didn't like her at first, but she was a lot more palatable this time, I guess.
She not like personality wise, but like the how the character interacts with the Schmoedown. She reminded me of when Matt Atchity like first came in with MODOK, and they were like it was too much shtick and not enough game like during the game. And that's how her first match kind of went. Like it was like the character was interfering with her gameplay. In this match, it was much better. It felt more seamless. It felt like it fit the game. And yeah, it was very good. I liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
I think her and Tom together actually helped that situation out, because Tom being there allowed it wasn't all her the whole time.
Yeah.
So they were able to do the shtick together, but they were out of time to really focus on the match as well. So I think they're going to be better in teams even than they will in singles, I think.
And Tom was a beast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it perfect first round and then 6 for 6 in round 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
That's like it's Bibiani-esque. That's what that is.
Yeah.
So I do have the actual scorecard if everyone wants to know about it. But before we get to that, I also want to say we were very busy this week because we also got something resembling an interview with someone resembling Video Drew. And as her number one fan, I would presume, because I don't see anyone as fully backing her as I am, I would highly recommend you check out the interview. It's fantastic. One of my favorite things I've ever produced.
Oh, it is. It is something special.
It's amazing.
Thank you. And this was a match to behold to what might be the greatest simultaneous debut of two teams we have ever seen. A true force to be reckoned with making his debut in Tom. And this sort of built up to the whole week. As someone who is pretty vocal about not liking Zipper in the past, he's really made an impression recently. With his 7 points in round 1 is nothing to scoff at, but doing so here, right next to who could be the future singles champion, that is incredibly impressive. That is dangerous.
Yeah, you expect Oyama to carry him, and that didn't feel that way at all. Like it felt like they were a team.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say I was actually kind of I used to love Zipper. I love the character. I love the way things were going. And he had all those losses in a row, and I was like, well, maybe I don't really like this guy. But after his performance at Collision, I was like, oh shit, yeah, now I remember why I like him.
Yeah.
And he's been stepping up.
Well, surprisingly, he's been doing better in the singles than he was in Energeekdom in a way. I kind of thought he was supposed to be an Energeekdom guy with the Superman shirt and all that stuff, but then he's been better in the single regular department than the Energeekdom.
Well, his record in Energeekdom isn't that great, but I remember Frank posted a stat sheet that said that Zipper had a higher accuracy rate than Mara did when she won the title. So it's not that Zipper was performing badly. It's just that he was running into people on hot streaks or people scoring a lot of points, and that's the Schmoedown for you.
Or I would argue more just that was Mara for getting very lucky against her opponents, because in all of her matches, I think other than Inman and Mike, she batted around 50%.
So you're on Brad Gilmore's side with that.
Yeah. Oh no, I think So what I've said at least for a while recently.
I think it was Frank that
I forgot. Like I would love for a 5-way to happen for the title between Mara, Inman, Mike, Smets, and Rachel. I think Mara would probably be TKO'd purely just because her record speaks otherwise. But I think she's an amazing talent and an amazing personality that I would love back. Just if she wasn't so lucky in her debut matches, she would not be held to the point where she is.
Well, I'm pretty sure we'll see her again.
I think Inman was kind of like a transition player too. Like he's good and he's better than like the old IG players, but I don't even think Inman compares to Smets and Rachel and Kalinowski. Like they're just on another level. But that's the new players now. That's the level you have to be at. This is a crazy time in the Schmoedown where if you're not good at trivia, you're not going to compete for anything. Like you can be a character, and that's fine if that's all you're going to be. But there's no Josh Makuga coming up. Like you can't be a Makuga where you're going to like guess your way to an 8-8 record and hang around and be like a lovable person in the Schmoedown. If you're Josh Makuga now, you're going to go 0 for 4 and you're going to be out of the Schmoedown. Like
if that.
Well, that's sort of what Video Drew is doing right now. Like she's character forward, and despite still being a very good player who would have been a threat in the early days, she can't hold up to that right now.
If she didn't have time with her,
in both her matches, she had a 6-point round 1, which is really good, and about 50% accuracy in round 2, which isn't as good. And then it comes to round 3, and she can't hold her up.
Well, I will say this though, like round 2 is the accuracy of round 2 is so hard to like really gauge because especially in 2 matches, because she might have gotten her 2 weakest points, or to her weakest things, and so we don't really know what she could maybe score later on. The big thing in round 2 is your steal accuracy. That's where you become the difference between a good player and a great player. That's why Dan Merle is Dan Merle, because if you miss a question in round 2, he's going to steal it from you. That's why Paul Oyama is going up against Dan Merle, because if you miss a round 2 question, he's going to steal it from you. That's why Smets and Kalinowski and Rachel are so dangerous in IG. It's not just missing questions; it's they win points from you. It's a 4-point swing or a 2-point swing.
Well, unless I'm mistaken, I think Smets' steal accuracy is 100%. Like he has never missed a steal.
Yes, he has, because it was 100% going into Kalinowski, and he didn't get a chance to steal against Kalinowski. So,
well, speaking of Oyama versus Merle, what are y'all's thoughts on that? Like Kelsey?
Kelsey, do you have any thoughts on Oyama and Merle?
I am for Oyama. I think he's definitely a rising star, and I don't know. I just think he's got it coming. I think he's going to do a good job.
I think it's hard not to say Merle, and I genuinely believe he's nigh impossible to beat at this point because he's put up multiple 100% games, but. Like I want Oyama to win. I want new blood to get in there because I think the healthiest thing for the league is to get the belt passed around continuously. If you have one person holding onto it for a year like the Patriots did, it gets uninteresting. All need to win.
Let me interject in the way that I think sometimes there's a lull of interest in the middle. If you get somebody like the Patriots and they have like title for so long, then it becomes almost more interesting to like who's going to be the one to take him down finally. That's towards the end there, where like top 10 was there, or when Action was there, top 10 were there, and Above the Line were there. Like, holy shit, when are these guys going to freaking lose? So it became when Above the Line finally did it, it was like, yes. So I think there is a middle ground, but I understand what you're saying, James. I just, but I'll transition into my thoughts on Oyama and Merle. I think people are selling Oyama short, it seems like, on the main page because he just hasn't been around long enough. The guy is a beast. And I mean, Merle is Merle, but it would be really nice to see some new blood in there as well.
I think Paul is basically a computer. Like it's literally like it's like information comes in and he just regurgitates that information. And as much as people like, I feel like sometimes people overplay like the pressure of the Schmoedown because it's Dan Merle, but it's not like you're answering. Dan Merle can't affect you, like make you miss questions. He can't, except for in the speed round. That's the only place I think where it can be an issue, especially because Paul's never been in a speed round, as far as I know. And maybe in the fan leagues they have the speed rounds.
I don't think they do, because it's very hard to quantify speed when you're 2,000 miles apart.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, that could be the difference. If Dan sweeps the speed round, that's the one thing that it's an actual head-to-head competition. That's the only place, really. I mean, everything else is it's either Paul knows it or he doesn't, and Paul knows a lot.
Right.
Yeah, I think selfishly, I want Dan to win just because I'd rather talk to him again in New York than meet Paul. Nothing against Paul.
What are you
Fair
saying?
enough. Fair enough.
Dan was awesome in Houston, and I'd like to get a chance to kick it with him again.
I will say so. Tying this back to the match we're supposed to be covering, I think Oyama is very talented, and we've seen it before where he gets perfect first rounds, he gets perfect round twos. Round 3, he's only had to go to I think twice. Like he's very dangerous, and it is possible for him to beat Merle. I think it's probably about a 10% chance, but it is possible.
Well, they said that about Guy too.
Guy was a 1% chance, and that 1% is the best universe we've ever had. Okay.
I mean, Dan has what, 3 losses in his career?
4.
4 losses in his career.
Roca, Riley, Merle,
Christian,
Irwin. Guy.
He lost to Christian too.
So that's 5. Oh, got it for the hand.
Yeah,
up.
I mean, so he is like, it's not like the first time it's not in the real. He's not perfect. Like,
I feel like every time I put the 5 up, it's like the guy in Doctor Strangelove just like, no.
Yeah, somebody screen grab that. We need to have that on record.
no, Kelsey. All right, no, so
more of this
because we have seen Paul now win a match in teams. He is now 1-0. He's officially in the teams tournament. I think it's going to be 16 seed this year. Where do you see this going next? Who do you think they should face next, either on their level or above them in the teams tournament? I'll start so I can give you guys time to think. I think if Corruption loses their match against Founding Fathers, that would be the perfect opponent for Loose Cannons because they have so much story going for them. You have Dungeon against Corruption is already something set up because of Mike and Smets. And you have Zipper versus Kalinowski because he lied to him to break up World's Finest to get him there. You have Oyama and Allison wants revenge for that 5-point question. And on top of that, I think they're both probably on the same talent level, surprisingly enough. Hell, I think Zipper could probably beat Mike in a singles match at this point. Like this is like I think that's the best possibility for story, and I don't think we have time to get them 2-0 before the tournament. So that's my answer.
I think I would say Evil Geniuses.
Ooh, why's that?
I don't know. I just like to see it.
I think probably the family is the next kind of in line team because they've officially played more games than anybody else, and they've won at least 2 games in a row. If they win their next match, that's 3 in a row. That's typically the Schmoedown equivalent of you're going to get a number 1 contenders match. The teams though is so loaded right now. There's so many teams that you can, and they all are on a similar talent level. They all have at least one really good player and at least one equivalent player, because there's still Who's the Boss, there's still the Odd Couple, there's still these like top tier teams that are sitting there waiting to pick up the scraps from whoever's next. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens, like the order of the matches, because I guess they've already taped the Founding Fathers versus Corruption, so like that's before the title defense for Dan. So like, I think Founding Fathers beat Corruption. They're on a revenge match, and as much as like Mike is not quite on that level of Dan, I think Roka is better than Mike as well, depending on categories, of course. But I think Founding Fathers is on a revenge tour.
So small note before we continue. Garth McMurray in the chat says it's after midnight here on the East Coast. Robert Meyer Burnett is now officially in charge of Sam and Emma for 1 month, which means
yes,
I'm on the West Coast, so I'm not there yet. But within hours, Robert Meyer Burnett is the commissioner of everything.
I suddenly felt happy. I wasn't sure why.
See, Mercury retrograde is finally working in our favor. The world has shifted, and now the best are truly in power.
Yeah, we're definitely going to know when midnight hits on the Pacific Coast. You're just going to hear this loud yell, like, I'm in charge.
You're going to hear a loud voice in about 3 hours. Yes, I am finally back. I will destroy this league, and Navarro is my first target.
Burn it to the ground. And also, Bond is going to end up in IG.
Oh, fuck no.
God. We don't need Mike's influence here more, okay? I'm already hashtag Mikey3belts. We don't need more corruption-loving anything on this stream.
There's only there are 3 people who think that Bond belongs in IG: Mike Kalinowski, Robert Meyer Burnett, and Brad Gilmore. And I think that's the only 3 people in the.
And considering only one of them actually competes.
Sean Connery doesn't think that Bond belongs in IG.
Okay. 1 second. Great note from Garth in the chat. Robert Meyer Burnett's voice is the true cause of the earthquakes here in California. He's just been training to be commissioner for so long.
They're gonna like stick every natural disaster on RMB. Like
in the next 2 hours and 52 minutes, we'll face the biggest earthquake ever seen to mankind. The San Andreas Faults will start crying with how much Burnett shakes the earth.
Oh man.
I don't think we heard from you yet, Kelsey. Where do you think Loose Cannon should go next?
I don't know. At this point, I think it's definitely someone where their characters will play off pretty well. I'm trying to think of who would be good with them for their characters. I actually don't know. Any suggestions?
So right now, the other 1-0 teams we have are Time Machine, Crimson Fury, and Kinda Funny.
I don't know. Crimson Fury might be kind of cool. See them against them.
I think if we got down to like an 8-seed tournament, I think it'd be nice to see them play off against Scream Queen to see who gets in. Because then we could have Haley splits because she needs a new teammate. I've been saying this for weeks now. Get Haley a new teammate. Maybe it's Liz Miller. I don't know. But it needs to be somebody who is like willing to train for the game. She is too good of a talent to lose. And on that note, we have another match to get to. Haley Fouch versus Eric the Z-Man. Zip it up, Zipper.
Zip it up.
That was a hell of a match.
I will say, what did y'all think before you came into this? Because I'm not sure how many of y'all were on last week talking about predictions.
I thought Zipper was going to win in round 3. Depending on the wheel, but I thought Zipper would win. I didn't think he was going to TKO Haley because Haley's definitely shown that if she gets the right categories, she's good, and if she, and she's shown a fairly broad knowledge. So, but I thought Zipper's just been on this kind of like redemption tour, it seems like every 6 months we get a new redemption tour in the Schmoedown. It's like, who's on their redemption tour now? Like,
I don't think I gave Haley enough credit on it. Like, to be, I didn't think she would be able to hang in there.
I thought it was going to be a neck and neck match. I thought that actually Haley made an impression on me originally when she, on Screen Queens, and another time she played. But I did think Zipper would probably take it. I didn't want to see Zipper if he lost that match. I'll tell you that much.
All right. I will say I was fully on Haley's side, but small note, I did know this before coming into it. Zipper said, like, oh, yeah, I went in overtime. Just like, oh, my God, overtime. And I picked him up immediately for my fantasy draft to make sure I got all those points insider trading. But a little bit before you like dive into the match, always a reminder, if you want a VIP ticket to the San Diego Live Schmoedown show, say so in the chat. We'll pick you out. We will find you at the end of the stream, and we will DM you and get you a massive, massive deal to one of the greatest events of the year, if not of all time.
You want James sliding into your DMs.
Yes, you do. You absolutely want me in your DMs all day, every day, but mostly at night because that's how I work. And there's one note before we get into the match. There is a pre-match cutscene we need to talk about. And that is the official confirmation of the future greatest team to only get 6 matches, then break up. William Bibiani and Brendan Meyer.
The kid.
So, first of all, what name do you think they're going to have? Because I've heard everyone say Billy and the Kid or Boy and the Beast or something along those lines, but truly creative minds like yourself and Bedford, where do you see what name do you think they will have?
Wow.
Oh, that's all the way up.
Come on, fire away. Anything in the universe, what do you want their name to be?
Beast and his boy.
You got something, James?
I can't say because I think I know the official name and I don't want to spoil it. That is the last piece of information I know about for my one day on set. After that, I know nothing.
God.
Yeah, got nothing on that.
I just think it's going to be Beast and his boy. That's what I think it's going to be.
The Beastie Boy.
The Beastie Boy.
Beastie Boys.
Yeah, I thought I saw someone say the Beastie Boys, and I'm like, I like that one.
Okay.
Trademark.
Yeah.
So now all I want is I want Bibiani to come out and shave his head and be Picard, and be in a way too small red shirt. Be like, make it so. And I want Bibiani, or not, I want Brendan Meyer as I'm forgetting his name. Jonathan Frakes' character. Right. I want him to come out and just be taking notes on it all.
Meyer would be better for Wesley Crusher role, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just make him cry. It's like Crusher. Set course to according to Mr. Bibiani. I don't think we can do that. We don't have the budget. Yes. So thank you, Christian Jacobs, in the chat for the Beastie Boys name suggestion. They will come out to Sabotage, and it'll be the greatest entrance music possible. Other than Still Dre, of course.
I kind of got beef with Christian Jacobs right now for all of his Kalinowski love in this live stream.
I will fight you right now about Kalinowski love. Kalinowski is the second greatest heel in this league, and I will challenge you on that. I will pound the cane. I will pound the cane.
He's a tweener.
He is amazing.
He's a tweener.
Not
a heel.
Tell that to the
really nice guy.
Tell that to the awards.
Outside of kayfabe, he's awesome. But
I like Mike. Not a heel though.
That's how I feel too.
But you know who I can't forget? Belford.
Put it down.
I hate so much. Fifth strike.
You
5
put it
strikes,
down
you're out.
now.
How dare you?
All right, let's take it. Good night, Dylan. Have sweet dreams and dream of me. And then hashtag Mikey3Belts. Make sure he's in all of your dreams and or nightmares, whatever it is to you.
Frankie Janice in the chat.
Oh, Frank, is he ever going to take up the challenge against Brad in the movie Trivia Face-Off?
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
Frank Janish, Brad Gilmore, you are invited to the movie Trivia Face-Off, where myself, as the greatest player of all time, the cleaner, will gladly challenge you, will gladly take you on, will gladly knock you out, and destroy any hope you have of competing anywhere. But he'll work aside.
That's fine.
No, Mike can't ever beat Guy as the heel of the year. I mean, I don't know why he even tries at this point.
Because the greatest evildoers always think they're in the right. So he tells himself, oh, if I act like a heel, then everyone will vote for me because I'm just doing what is right. Whereas Andrew knows to be evil, you must make no friends. You must have no enemies, only the fearful. And that's what he does.
Kalinowski wants to be loved. You can't want to be loved if you're a heel.
Yep.
Kalinowski, he shakes people's hands. He
What?
Michael Scott said it
congratulating
best.
people on a good job. Hey guy, good job. What a good game you played today. Hey, thanks for coming out. Do you like my outfit? Hey, look at me in my cosplay.
Andrew Bedford's coming out. Houston's coming back.
He's cosplaying a heel. He's not a heel. He's
bullshit.
cosplaying a heel. He's
cosplaying a heel. Yes.
No, we do not want Houston Belford back.
I won't go full Belford. I'm not going full Belford on the podcast tonight. I'm gonna bring it in. I'm gonna rein it in.
I wish I would have counted how many times you yelled, "This is bullshit."
At the live event or throughout the night? Or throughout
the worst thing I've ever done is when I had literally no voice left at the meet and greet afterwards, and then yelled it 9 more times. That was great.
So wait, one last note before we move on to the actual match we need to be discussing here. Michael Scott said it best. If I can choose between being loved or respected, I'd have both. Why settle for one? That's what Kalinowski does. He thinks being loved can reward as being a heel. That does not work. I love you, Mikey. Hashtag Mikey3Belts. Mikey3Belts will happen, but you cannot be loved as a heel.
Mikey No Belts will happen. He will have no belts.
Literally, in 6 days' time, you will hear, and the new Inner Geekdom champion is Mikey3Belts Kalinowski.
I hope he wins the Inner Geekdom Championship just so Bateman can kick his ass in New York.
No. We need Mike to win the Inner Geekdom title so that Smets can rip it back, make it all the sweeter.
Yes. Definitely.
Maybe, but I want Smets definitely, but I kind of like the idea of Kalinowski going 0 for 4 against Cushing.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
No, that'd be so sad.
In the
For
best
you.
way possible.
That's what heels do.
Small note in the chat. In the chat, Frank Janish, he says, Kalinowski will never have 3 belts. I will fight you on that, Janish. I will fight you in the movie Trivia Face-Off.
You can go to Colt
I have the heel glasses ready. I will fight you. I will bring it on.
Hey, I'm there for that.
James, just because it's Monday on the East Coast doesn't mean it's Man Crush Monday, all right? You can stop talking about Mikey No Belts or whatever.
It is always Man Crush Monday. I've seen that man in person. He wears a black suit very well. Better than myself. Actually, wait. It's out of reach. Better than myself, my little black suit right there.
None of you wear a suit as good as Alex Mack does.
Alex Mack, where is she? She wears a suit.
She's sleeping.
Better than any of us.
How about that suit from Smets tonight on the live stream? Coming
He
in
looked
hot.
good. He was slick.
Actually,
He almost gave a little.
for
He almost gave a little 360 for the ladies.
He,
He looked like he was
That's
And we appreciated it.
Brad Gilmore.
he definitely gave him a good groin shot when he stood up. Then the super chat started rolling, and after that, I thought.
Y'all are wild. I can't even. I thought I was the out of control one. I was pounding the cane on my desk, and somehow I'm the sane one tonight.
Yeah, it happens.
You lost your mind.
We have a match to get to first. Haley Fouch and Eric Zipper in their shared singles debut. What did y'all think?
Loved it.
It's if they weren't both debut matches, Zipper would have played in 2 match of the year candidates like this week. Like both of those matches were amazing. That any match that goes to extra time or whatever, or sudden death is fantastic. The Haley was super impressive with her 5-point pull, or was it a 5-point pull?
Mhm.
Her last pull would tie the game. I didn't think she was going to get that question. I thought that was when she called, but it was great.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great match. Both of them were great. And I almost feel a little bit bad for Zipper because last week everyone was talking about Machine Week, and there wasn't so much love for Zipper Week this week.
That is a great point. Why is not everyone backing Zipper? I mean, let's look where he is right now. He's, I think, 2-3 or 2-4 in Intergeekdom, which granted is not great, but compared to the caliber he's put up against, that's still really good. There's also he's had one of the better singles debut we've seen this season, where he took Haley to sudden death, had a total score of 27 points. Which, unless I'm mistaken, is 6 points behind the total record, and he has one of the greatest team debuts of all time. We should be respecting him more, and we just sit there and nothing happens.
Well, I will say it's tough to compare to the Machine Week because Machine has been engraved in that the Schmoedown fan culture for such a long time. She has a groundswell of support. Just because of all her designs and everything else, she's been around longer. She's almost earned it a lot more than Zipper has. Zipper's kind of been good, but he hasn't been here as long. Hasn't earned that full support of the underdogs. I mean, people still call Janine underdog, and even I was saying it last week. I realized she's not even really an underdog anymore. She's proven herself, but she's gone from the underdog to the proven self, whereas Zipper is still kind of in that, well, all right, he kind of flunked around for a bit. Now he had a great week. Let's see what you got in the future. I think if Zipper week happens again in a few months from now, it might be a different story.
I'll say this about the Zipper Fouch match. They just did a thing on BSD about the 10 most emotional moments in Schmoedown history. And Zipper's emotion when he won that match and finally kind of got the monkey off his back and got a singles win and kind of proved everybody wrong that he's not this guy who's going to lose a bunch of matches and can win a match and can, do it when it's on the line. That was very emotional. That brought a lot to that match.
It's certainly more emotional than Blue Fairy or whatever Josh McCougar was at number 10.
Blue Fairy was.
It was a great moment, and I think that's something we brought up before about why aren't people talking about Zipper Week? People don't respect him as a player, and this week proved them wrong. And even if you look at his previous stuff outside of Intergeekdom, World's Finest was 2-1 against very easy opponents, and he was the first knockout in the Manager Bowl. But that does not take away from Zipper's talent. He's still an immensely talented player. We all just look past that. This week, I think, defines him as a threat across all 3 divisions. And yeah, I'm here talking about Mikey 3 belts and how that's great to happen. I won't say Zipper is going to be there. He's not there anytime soon. But a serious threat across 3 divisions is rare to come across. And the fact that we can put him in conversation for that means he deserves respect that he is not being given. And
I'll
that
put him in the
needs to change.
conversation for 2 divisions for singles and teams, but not IG.
Yeah, I think the IG is
Boo.
I think
Boo
the
to
IG
you,
is-
sir.
I'm sorry, the IG is too stacked right now for Zipper to make that much of a run.
I would say this: Zipper on his best day, for like Zipper beating any of the top IG contenders on his best day. If they have a bad day, anyone can beat anybody. Like, you know, people lose matches they shouldn't lose, and people win matches they shouldn't win, especially if you're a talented competitor. Like, Zipper knows his stuff. If the wheel goes his way and the wheel goes against somebody else, I mean, look at Mike and Janine. Mike and Janine in singles are not that different. Like, for him that was like one of the quickest TKOs in the history of the Schmoedown. And it's just because the wheel went completely haywire. The wheel can screw anybody. If you get spinner's choice and your opponent spins opponent's choice, you're gonna win. I don't care who you are. Like, unless you just completely blow round 1, which Zipper doesn't blow round 1 and interdeep them.
No, he doesn't.
No.
But there's definitely a divide between him and the upper tier. That's why. So him getting to that belt, he'd have to beat a couple of those players a couple of times. That's where it becomes kind of a tougher road. I mean, one of the players, everyone's there. You can have I don't want to say lucky game because he is talented. He's got some skill. It's not he's not skilled, but compared to like the Cushings and beasts like Smash or even Kalinowski, he's kind of like that. If there's a tier 1, he's kind of like a tier 1A or 2 maybe.
Yeah.
So IG
is just so weird. The other thing with IG is because it's like there's not as many matches because it's split with teams. So it's kind of harder to make your name in IG unless you have like a meteoric rise like Smets did. I mean,
right.
And there's just so many competitors now in all the different divisions. So it's harder to get noticed. You play a match and then you might not be seen again for 6 months. You know, that might be your only match of the whole year.
It's true. Very true.
What do y'all think about teams in IG?
Nah.
Like an IG teams division? If it was like a full-time thing where it got to the point where the Schmoedown was a full-time job for everybody and they were taping, you know, like a normal television show, then IG teams would be an amazing thing.
Yeah.
As it stands right now, they barely have enough IG players to like, you know, do something. What would be interesting is if they just did an IG teams like tournament, like kind of like they did with the Anarchy, and they just threw a bunch of IG teams together, and it was a one-off exhibition matches style thing. That would be cool.
Yeah,
They could have a series of matches that were exhibition matches for IG teams. Something extra to film.
Like people pitched before, like a faction tournament or like a faction face-off, like a special event like that. I think having these like one-off tournaments, maybe in like March, could really work. It would provide like a nice like shake up for the league, allow for new new personalities to move forward. That's great, but also I need to point out that Real Snacks Attack, DJ Snacks in the chat.
Snacks.
Movie Trivia Face-Off is planning a Geektacular Teams division. So if y'all want to see it, keep an eye out on the Movie Trivia Face-Off fan leagues. We are trying to be the minor league of the Schmoedown. Check us out. We are awesome. I am awesome. I am the best player in the league. I'm the best personality in the league. And you can watch my shenanigans both in matches and on the desk.
I mean, your credibility tonight has kind of gone down with your whole Kalinowski support, so I don't know if we can believe that statement.
Does anybody else have their regalia sitting on the desk, ready to break it out at any moment? I will challenge all of you to a match. And it is already very hot in here from having these gloves on.
I'm going to step out and let y'all fight this out while I take a piss.
If it is all questions from the Seminole Classic License to Drive, I will take you on in a match. I will crush you in License to Drive trivia, friend.
I will gladly challenge you to Scott Pilgrim vs. the World trivia. The only movie I've seen 6 times.
Isn't that the official call to action movie? Right
It's
now?
the official.
Yes, it is the official call to action
I will
movie.
fight it.
Shut up, Melissa, in the chat.
And I am the Knives Chow of call to action.
Just Belford just sits there, just wow.
You're so cool. Oh. Actually, James is Knives Chow to Mike Kalinowski, Scott Pilgrim. That's what's going on right now.
Excuse me, I am Miss Ramona Flowers. I'm not some 2-bit whore he just dropped at the end of the movie.
Ah.
I don't know. Maybe he liked it that well. I'm sorry, I just heard 2-bit horror. I thought.
Is that what's going on the back of your Action Industries sweatshirt, James? Is 2-bit whore? No, that's not what's
Actually,
going on there.
no, what's on the back of it is my possible MTS nickname, the Loudmouth, because that's basically what I am on here anyways. So I am just preparing for the best possible
She's a gas
scenario.
bag with all this Kalinowski love.
Okay, so the best part about being the loudmouth, if y'all start having bad opinions, I can just turn my gain up and drown all of you out, and all you can hear is me and a horrible echo. But still, I take over this entire podcast, and you can't fight it.
Flex those balls.
If I had any.
Boom.
Oh,
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow, we're losing our views all of a sudden.
What? What's happening here?
And we lost them.
Why isn't everyone hit the like button yet? Everyone hit the like button right now.
Thank you, Belford. If you're watching this
I'm on
and you're
this
not,
podcast.
leave a like,
You hit the
activate the
like
live
button.
chat, and subscribe. The more
You
subscribers we
comment
get, we
about
get.
how much Kalinowski sucks, all right, and how great I am on this podcast, and how the
Every one of
5
you
are a
subscribe to
joke.
Action Industries need to subscribe to this channel so we can get up to 1,000 subscribers and we can get super chats for taking our shirts off or taking shots or whatever, because we need money so we can go to these like faraway shows and stuff. But give us money, give us subscribers.
Give it to us. We got to get 1,000 subscribers so that Jake can like drop $500 in our super chat. You know, because basically the price of a ticket to San Diego in the super chat.
Boom. Oh man. So, do you want to talk about the San Diego since we're talking about it now, or do you want to? We're still gonna go back to their match, don't we? Maybe we should just skip back to San Diego at this
Okay,
point.
a second. Just looking into the chat right now. There's a lot to go through. I was out of it for like 2 minutes. Melon44, hi Melissa, says root beer. No, that's boring. Danielle says shirts off, so I think I have to oblige. And Frank Janish says, why isn't James speaking into the mic closer? It sounds 100% better. Because I have this thing called, what do they call it again? I forget. Basically, I'm not into ASMR, surprisingly enough, so no. But I will do it to oblige the stats boy.
Stats boy. Wow. Put some respect on his name.
No, he's just a
That's
boy.
right,
He's-
James.
He's a
Random guy.
he's a
from Chicago.
28-year-old little boy who wishes to have my respect when he really doesn't.
You're lucky that he's packing to move to LA right now. He would
With
be
the
all
$2
over
I
it,
gave
right?
I will gladly challenge in my first match in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. I will challenge Frank Janish because he may have stats on his side, but he has one thing. I have one thing he doesn't have: a personality.
Wow. Shots
Holy
fired.
fuck.
Bam, 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 bam.
For those who
give
don't know,
Janice
I am the
$4
king of trash talk, and I cannot back it up in the slightest. So I look forward to losing.
And it's 4 wilds at least.
Well,
And
see,
there's the truth.
Oh, AJ Lancaster in the chat. That's my boy, AJ.
yes, AJ Lancaster. Wait. So Frank is older than 28, so I think I need to aim higher. I think this is going to turn into Jeopardy. Price is Right. Just everyone throw a number out there. The highest without going over, or the close without going over, wins. I'm going to say 1, so y'all can just get over and lose it.
I'm going to go ahead and back up
on the
Frankie.
Price is Right.
I got your back, Frank.
I will.
Even though I talk shit to you on Twitter.
Yeah. So I will say I'm going to force us to move on because we've been screwing around for too long. If you guys want to see me trash talk and not back it up, movie trivia face off. I have one match already against Kyle Gerbrandt, editor for the series, and I have one dropping in exactly 10 days on July 24th against fellow podcaster Christopher Michael Woodburn. Check it out. It is geek. You get to see me attempt to compete in a league I have zero comfortability in, and I do pretty good, I'd like to say. But for now, we need to talk about Haley Fouch and Eric Zipper, at least for a little bit before we can move on to just being stupid again.
Yeah.
I have my little note card here. I'm gonna turn this down because I'm really loud in my own ears. We have in the round one is 8-7 in favor of Haley. She misses her bonus question. 15-13. Forgot the categories. Whatever. And then we have 20-20 in round 3, and then goes to sudden death, where they ask who plays the brother in the Brothers Grimsby. And for some reason, Eric Zipper has seen this movie and gets it right.
Well, he said he looked it up the day before.
I'm going to assume he's watched it just because you probably shouldn't admit you haven't seen a movie if you're competing, but still, he wins in overtime, one of the few overtimes we've ever had, and it's a great, resounding victory for Eric, the open fly Zipper.
Wow. Hey, remember earlier in the podcast when James was like, I'm really starting to respect him? That ended just now.
I can respect him, man, but still make fun of him. I respect Frank Janish, even though I'm going to kick his ass and make him feel like a little 28-year-old boy again pretty soon.
Wow.
Oh, shit's getting real.
I figure I see a shirt being made soon with the open fly.
I can't wait for Frank to have a restraining order against James, and then James can't go into any live events. That's going to be hilarious.
Hey. The law is 50 feet. I will be 50 feet at the very back of the stadium. I'll reinforce this before we go on. We did an interview with Eric Zipper. He's an amazing person. Please check it out on the channel. I was only not on that for logistics reasons. I would have loved to be on there and talk to him because I do legitimately really like him. And I talked to him when I was at studio, and he's an amazing person. Just, kayfabe. I have the sunglasses. I am a heel. That's how it works. I can't avoid it.
You think Mike Kalinowski's a heel, so I don't think you really know what heel means.
Yeah, I think you're really off on that.
Again, okay. I have to bring this up now. Okay. So I need all of y'all in the chat. I need you to scroll. So assuming you're on your phone, what I need you to do is move it down and go to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown YouTube channel. I swear this is going somewhere. You got to go there. And I want you to look right at the graphic for anything Zipper is in. His glasses are fake. Someone, I don't know who in the editing bay, whether that's Brandon Hanna, the little intern bitch, or
or the hitman, and you will respect his name,
or Christian Rubalcaba, or Cody Hall, or anybody else in the editing team. Someone put a little sunglasses PNG over his face, and that is hilarious to me.
Oh, it's Frank the editor. It's a different Frank.
So James is getting at everybody's a bad side. You got Frank, you got Hannah, you got Zipper. You're gonna cancel us in like 10 seconds at this point.
If I can somehow lead us to a year and a half of continuous coverage, I'm pretty sure I can't cancel us that easily. It's until you hear my opinions on some other people that I get canceled.
I'm starting to doubt your opinions, man.
What a
I did
segue!
already.
What a segue!
I'll hide my face behind the microphone. I'll be anonymous.
Oh, strange.
Yeah, because nobody recognizes your voice.
I'll talk like this and take over the Senate.
Wait, we're trying to get canceled? What are your thoughts on the digital wheel, James?
There is not enough power contained in the wheel.
It looks a lot better.
Oh,
Dang.
Wait, where's my? I need like an air horn button on this. My phone just like.
the chat agrees that you've never looked better than with that mic in front of your face, James.
Excuse you. Real Snacks Attack. DJ Snack said it, and I actually I do respect him. He's the real commissioner, not that David Spaniard crap. Okay, so final thoughts of Zipper versus Fouch and Zipper Week. Do you have anything else to say for Mr. Fly Down, Mr. Z-Man, Eric Zipper?
I'm sorry. I did not respect you enough to think that you would have as great a week as you did.
I will 100% back that.
I can't wait to see who he plays next. Like, I want to see where this goes. And I want to see where Haley plays next, too, because I think, again, just like I said with the teams where I thought they could both be in the teams tournament, I wouldn't mind seeing Haley Fouch in the singles tournament, even though she's 0-1. Like, her knowledge in teams and her knowledge in that match, maybe she can get into the singles tournament as like a 16 seed.
Well,
I'd rather see her in the tournament than like a Josh Makuga, honestly.
That is one thing that Orloff has said, and this is really speculative, so maybe this changes. The undercard for New York could be Ethan Irwin and Haley Fouch, despite her being 0-1.
Murder.
That would be a good undercard, especially because it's going to be Bateman versus Oyama for the title.
What is it?
That's going to be a really good
Belford?
card. I like it a lot.
Pound the cane, Belford. Can you lean back a second for us?
No, I can't do that. I can't.
Lean back. Wait. What's on your shirt, Belford? I think
It's
the
a Janine design. I support Janine and all
you
of
have
her
that
efforts.
is on your shirt, Belford. Lean back and show.
You're not. I don't know what's going on. What you talking about?
All right. So, those in the chat who weren't watching
This
earlier.
is a lovely design from Janine the Machine. Buy her shirts at TeePublic. Watch the interview on Call to Action with Janine. It's really great. Alex goes full cannibal and eats a fly. It's really good. How dare you?
One final note before I make fun of Belford. Yes, we have an interview with Janine the Machine about Machine Week. She's one of my favorite people on the planet. Please watch that out. Alex Mack eats the fly. It is too good not to see. Go check it out. But also, Belford supporting Bateman. On your first appearance, you're already kicked off the show. You're the weakest link. A goodbye.
Janine. All right?
Yes.
Can I just give a quick shout out to Danny Joy in the chat?
Yes. Cheers to Danielle after I already finished my margarita, but cheers.
Cheers, Danny.
I think Irwin and Haley is probably the closest we'll see to a 16 seed being able to beat a number 1 seed. I think she got really, I wouldn't even call it unlucky. She got put in a tough match against Zipper. I think she could have beaten most newbies.
The only thing is I cannot see a match where Ethan Irwin scores less than 20, like 25 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
I'm not
20 is not enough. Is not going to be enough to beat Ethan Irwin.
I think there's no situation though where you can find a 16 seed like Haley Fouch who can beat a number 1 seed like Ethan Irwin.
Oh.
I think if the wheel's in her favor, she could do it. I really do.
Yes.
Huh.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. So that is officially we are done with the actual structured part of this episode. We hyped the hell out of San Diego. Like we're covered for that. If y'all have some thoughts, feel free to share them. But for now, final reminder: if you want to go to the San Diego live show, please let us know. We have a free VIP ticket to give away, and if you want it, say so in the chat. All of us are on it somewhere, so we will see you. We will call you out. We will send you a DM, and we can get you a VIP ticket to one of the biggest events of the year. So please leave us a note. But yes.
And also, there is a New York meet and greet.
Yes, thank you.
Great.
There's also a New York meet and greet where you can see Haley Fouch beat Ethan Irwin and see Mike Kalinowski become Mikey 3 Belts live and beat Paul Oyama for the title.
Trying to get revenge for his little buddy, Chance.
Yes, he will get revenge for Chance Ellison, who we also had on the show, who's also really nice.
Hey, remember when everybody's like, "Oh, Chance never lost in the fan leagues, and he's never gonna lose ever." Has that guy won a match this year? Like,
yes, he won against the World's Finest. He caused them to break up. Okay, thank you.
He's on like he's on
Nat
a bit of
Boom
a
in the chat.
streak,
Nat, my favorite member of the crew, Mikey 3 Balls. Let's go. Thank you, Nat. No, you go, Glenn Coco. And also Frank Janish and Melissa in the chat. That was structured. Yes, it was. Just so happens that I'm on a lot of sugar and a lot of alcohol, so I'm not very sober right now. But like I said, we are done with the structured. And frankly, we've already gone really late because Ben and Smets and Andrew decided to just go stream for 3 hours. So have at it.
That was Jake's fault.
Do what you want.
That was Jake's fault.
Yeah, that.
And yours, Paul.
Okay, Paul. Can you get Kim on the mic? Oh, my. This is also Paul.
Why
Paul does the $40 super chat, and then he's like, "Hey, you're gonna need to do the super chat for call to action because I can't spend more money." Then like 2 minutes later, he's super chatting again. He's an addict.
A little bit. It was for a good cause.
I like to hear your voice crack.
Oh man.
Fucking Smith called me out. What was I supposed to do?
That's true. Smith's called you out.
Did he not know who he was messing with? This is Jakey 200. Jakey 200 don't get messed with.
I don't think Smets understood that.
The look on the if anybody hasn't watched the Action Industries 200-minute live stream, the look on Ben and Andrew's face when Jake drops $200 in the super chat like 2 minutes into the stream was priceless.
I was a little fucked up.
Yeah, you know. Is that the night you bought tickets to San Diego?
No, I bought those couple days after Houston because I was like, fuck yeah, I'm in.
You're addicted. I'll tell you this, everybody out in the world. If you haven't been to a Schmoedown live, like if it's anywhere near you, if it's anyway, obviously it's not possible for everybody, but if you can find a way to get to a Schmoedown live, it is like next level as far as like the energy, the interaction, the ability, like just watching it as it happens, like seeing everybody, it's so amazing. You have to do it if you can. Find a way, sell a kidney, do what you got to do.
Anybody want my kidney? It's up for grabs.
All right, so we're giving away a ticket to San Diego and one of Kelsey's kidneys. All right.
Kelsey, yeah, with you.
Hello.
What? What happened?
Y'all just went silent when I came back. I feel like I came back. But actually, I'll just go back in the stream and listen. I feel like y'all were just like shit talking me for a good minute and a half.
Hey, really do that to your face, you Kalinowski loving mother trucker.
Hey. We can all love Kalinowski. It just so happens that I love him more than you guys because I have taste.
Yes, you love him more than us because we have zero love for Kalinowski. That's it.
You have taste. You have bad taste.
You're tacky and I hate you.
Shout out to Kelsey and her kids,
Yay!
to earn the super chat. That was awesome.
I will gladly fight this challenge, all right?
What? Oh, my God.
As the fellow black suit wearing best competitor here, I will not accept this hateful rhetoric.
Good to know they have Kohl's in California, where you got that jacket from.
Jokes on you. I got it from JCPenney. Hi, kids.
Hi.
Nice fall, children.
There we go. Kelsey spawn.
I'm 6 years old.
Yeah.
How many curse words do you know?
No, Belford. No.
Too many. Way too many. He lives with me.
Boom, there you go.
What just happened?
Oh, God.
This is what happens when I say we lose structure.
Well,
All
according
hell breaks loose.
to Frankie numbers, we don't have a structure.
Well, we counted on James for structure. That was the problem.
Wait, I listened to the rundown. Is there a structure there?
Yeah, Frank Janish has wrong opinions. Brad Gilmore correctly says Andrew Guy is the GOAT.
Oh, that's true.
Well, true.
Yeah.
And
I figured their script is just boat. Stats.
Oh,
as someone who already has a beef
That'd be
with
a good
Caleb the
stat.
Boat Boatman, I can't exactly start supporting that boat either. So it's just two losers talking for 2 hours about stuff that we cover better. Oh my god, this one has lost me any chance of winning that Schmoedown Awards thing.
good job, James. It's all your fault.
I will still
Fantastic.
show up in the best suit amount. Way better than that thing. I'll show up in a great suit and I will be ready to win.
That suit?
No, not that suit. That suit has lasted me 4 years and there's paint on it. I am not going to wear that to an award show.
You guys have a chance to win now that I'm on here because Christian did say officially in the MTS page that I am one of his favorite fans. I have it tattooed on my lower back right now. The poster. So now that I'm on here, you got a chance. I'm just saying.
I don't think anybody wins when it comes to Belford.
Number one.
Wow.
Do I need to throw it up again?
No,
I threw it up already.
put it down.
Don't
Put it down.
Don't you do it.
Also, don't be trying to Photoshop anything from this episode. Jake, you put your real name. You might have photoshopped your name.
We'll find a picture of your lower back and just tattoo on it.
With me like this.
Screen grab it.
Wait, no one talk. No. So, just a little note to JP. You can see the little box in the bottom there, everything that's going on. So you can get everything he's doing and get a perfect little screen grab of it that we can meme and put all over the Twitters.
Grab that. All right? How about you screen grab that?
Do it.
There are children here.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch my language.
I know. I'm interacting.
So nobody wants this ticket, huh?
I guess not.
So, yeah, let me inspire you guys some more. If none of y'all take it, I will. So, do you really want me
That
backstage?
Kalinowski loving mother
With
trucker.
Mike Kalinowski and Kevin Smets, the greatest man to walk the earth, and officially announced now, Ben Bateman, and I can challenge my boss, the traitor, in person. Do y'all really want that to happen? Because it will.
Okay, now I absolutely want it.
Actually, yeah, I do. I want to see that happen.
If no one takes it, it's going to spend. So you have
I'll
to.
be the next Dale the Dude and give Ben a free win. How's that sound? One second.
Yes, please, anyone take it. I second Danny
Yeah.
Koss.
In the chat, Danny
Anyone.
Joy says absolutely not. Thank you. Danny Koss says, God, please, someone take it. Melissa says, seriously, someone claim the ticket. No one wants this. And William Belford, do you want James to wash Kalinowski's hair? What?
I know that's your dream, James. That's your dreams to
I have my own glorious hair to wash. I
run
showered
your
this
fingers
morning.
through his hair and
No,
lay down on a sheepskin rug.
this isn't the office where I'm going to walk up to Plop and give him a nice mayonnaise hair massage. That's not what I do, okay?
Really?
Although
That's-
Christian Jacobs in the chat says Kalinowski carries perfect. Thank you for admiring that, even though mine's better. And Danielle, if you can come,
I can run for it.
because Danielle's in the chat about it. If you want the New York meet and greet ticket or the California, San Diego VIP ticket, please let us know, and you can get it.
You can get it.
Yes.
Come on, Danny. Come on,
Yes.
Danny.
Do it, Danny. Anyone but
Do it up,
James.
Danny.
Anyone but James. Anyone but James.
Anyone but James.
Here. So here.
I'd rather give it to Snickers than to give it to James.
Whoa! I would give everything to Snickers. I'd give Snickers this house. You can't just say, "Oh, Snickers is better than me." I know he is.
Snickers is better than everybody. So
That's true.
That's the truest
story.
thing you said tonight, James.
So here, I'm gonna give this. This is the last structured thing. And if y'all don't have anything to say besides trash talking me,
Wait.
I'm gonna wrap the episode.
Whoa.
So wait. So here,
This is your last structured thing?
yes.
Paul, what are you doing with your hand?
Put the hand down. Put the hand
Paul,
down.
what are you doing with your hand?
Put it down. Kelsey, not
stopping
you
him.
too.
No! Stopping him. Stopping him.
I'm gonna go bullshit. This is bullshit. Bullshit.
I was photoshopped.
So the last structured thing we have to do today is the schedule for the week.
Yay.
We're having a very busy week, and I want y'all to know because I am very proud of the work we are doing, and I want all of y'all to be ready for what we're putting out. On Tuesday, we'll be doing another live stream, but it'll be just like this. We are not talking about anything Schmoedown related. We're talking about movies, TV, books, why Euphoria is the greatest show on television right now. Anything. We will be just being our normal weird selves without a structure. Come, it'll be a lot of fun. On Wednesday, we will have a live stream Disney match with a special guest on the desk. It'll be just like the one on Patreon, but without spoilers for that, because that's behind a paywall. We're not going to break that rule. It's going to be a lot of fun. Y'all can play along, and I encourage you to watch because we're all a bunch of nerds, and Melissa intends to win, and I intend to stop that.
Go, Melissa.
On Thursday, we will have our Founding Fathers versus Corruption reaction. One of my more anticipated matches of the year, so I'm really excited to be on the desk for that. And Friday, hopefully, this is a big if, we will have a double feature with an interview with Paul Oyama, and next episode number 45, with the man who I've been trash talking for the past however long we've been on, Mr. Stats Boy Frank Janish.
Woo, Frank! Yes!
woohoo!
Yes.
Frank is the best. Frank is the best.
Oh, God, we'll have some real
Listen to the
order around
PJ Campbell show with Frank.
Listen
PJ
to
Campbell
our
show with
show,
Frank.
Frank.
All right, so the New York ticket is claimed by Danny.
Nice.
Yes.
Congrats,
Yay!
Danielle.
Coming up, Danny.
Sweet.
All right. And on
And I
that
guess San Diego is going to Spence.
So Sorry is saying in the chat times. All I can say is that the stream for the Disney match will start at 7:30 PST, 10:30 EST, and convert that to wherever you are. I am terrible with math. Everything else is pretty loosely structured. Frank, I think of an estimate time on, but I'm not entirely sure. That might be 5 p.m. on Friday, PST. But again, everything is very up in the air. We'll have an announcement on all of the Facebook pages, and you'll see a little live stream link pop up here, and we'll wait 20 minutes because we don't know how to start episodes. That is the last announcement we have. Do you guys have anything you want to say before we wrap up the episode?
I love all y'all. Except
There was a moment, and then you ruined it.
All right. On that note, put it down, Balford.
holy shit.
We will be wrapping up the episode. Jake, thank you for being a wonderful guest. Even though you're a Horseman fan, where can the people find you on social media?
You can find me at Jake Yakavetta on Twitter, even though none of y'all can fucking spell it or say it right.
It's I-AA-G-G-O-O. I'll have a Coke.
That is Jake
I
IACOVETTA.
Yeah, I like what Ken said. LA Corvette.
That was a good one.
One day Ken will get your name right. It's gonna happen. One day.
No, the fuck you won't.
They're gonna have cue cards with your name on it just for him. It's like
In
yeah.
phonetics.
Garth McMurray says, think of a yak driving a vet, which I think is a great way to remember it. Kelsey with the kids, where can people find you?
I'm at KelseyKins90 at Twitter and Instagram, or you can find me at Facebook as Kelsey Kirkland.
All right, great. Mr. Paul Dark Shadow Denuzio, where can people find you?
Twitter at Paul_Denuzio, and then on Facebook, just Paul Denuzio, and maybe Dark Shadow sometime soon, but I haven't trademarked it yet. So.
And Mr. William Billy, not Roca, Bedford, Belford, the only man here who I won't kill for putting the 5 up. Where can people find you?
I am at Mr. Billy Belford on Twitter, Billy Belford on Facebook, Mr. Billy Belford on Instagram. I'm everywhere. I'm your favorite person in life, and you should follow me.
Yes. And here's where I lose my mind. You can find me on Twitter at Temecula Film Guy. That is at TEMECULA Film Guy. Here's one for you, Snacks. You can find Ben and Andrew on Twitter. Ben is at The Bateman Media on both, and Andrew is at Andrew Guy on both.
Yeah.
Be sure to tune in to Action Movie Anatomy on Monday, where Ben and Drew will be covering Pineapple Express. Ben and Brandon Hanna will be covering Pineapple Express for all y'all to enjoy.
Follow at Call to Action Podcast on
thank you.
Twitter.
Hey, always forget to plug that. Follow Call to Action Pod on Twitter. We can see some private content from myself and Alex Mack, and some wonderful gifts, hopefully, and videos that Mr. Billy Belford here finds. Also, be sure to tune into the Action Guys every Friday on Patreon or every Tuesday on YouTube, on the Action Industries YouTube channel. Follow Action Industries on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. There are a lot of us hardworking people out there who are trying to give you the best experience possible. We're the best brand that exists, and please give us follows, likes, everything you can. Also, every Sunday, Monday, and Friday, I think, I could be wrong, Ben and Andrew will be live streaming on the Action Industries channel, which is what caused us to run so late today.
Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Yes. And on that note, this episode is finished, and it is official. I am a VIP in San Diego. I'm coming for you, Mike.
Oh,
we will see you
next
week.
Entendre?
Wow.
Maybe. We will be seeing you next week with a new singles champion. Peace out.
Peace out.